All right, so what I'm going to do here is demonstrate how to create a event calendar using OmnyHub. So the kind of situation you would use this for is if you're hosting an event. So you have a round table where 7 people are going to come in and you're going to have a mastermind where you're going to talk about something, or you're having a presentation or a class where you have a limited number of seats in the room. So you have a classroom with 10 seats and a presenter or something to that effect. You can also do it with an online course, and I'll show you the online, like if you're doing a presentation with Zoom, I'll show you the difference. So when you're in your OmnyHub, you're going to go to calendars. Calendar settings. And you're going to create a new calendar. And the type calendar is going to be a class booking calendar. You're going to name it something reasonable. So my webinars. And you're going to add a description. This is going to be something that you could toggle off, but you're writing it to be customer facing, public facing. So you want it to be explicit. So this should actually be something like called by marketing webinars, monthly web about BGM services and market strategy. And then you have to select a team member. And we're going to talk about the limitation of that. And then we're going to say BGM. This has to be a unique character. And it can't be anything else that anybody inside the whole LeadConnector system that runs OmnyHub. It has to be unique to your particular location. And so we're going to have seats per class. In this case, we're going to say 100, but it could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 5, whatever is appropriate. The meeting is going to run for 90 minutes. It's going to happen on Thursdays. Oh, we're going to actually change this at 1 p.m. to I said it was 90 minutes to 30 p.m. Okay. And the meeting location, I think my Zoom meeting is still in this clip. So I'm gonna copy my Zoom location. That would be from my Zoom, my meetings. No, there we go. My meetings, my personal room. And I would just copy this invite link. Click copy that. And you paste it there. Or you could like physically type the physical location, physical address. If you have a payment system, you're allowed to accept payments directly to this platform. And but if you're doing that, you definitely need to be careful, tell people exactly what they're paying for. We're going to go to advanced settings, and now we're going to change some of the things I just said. So meeting details, let's upload a logo. It's going to take us to my branding package. I'm going to insert a logo. It needs to be square, 180 by 180. It's got the calendar name, Ball Game Marketing Webinars, monthly webinars about BGM. I want to group it in whatever group has my normal scheduling calendar, so that if someone has scheduled a one-to-one, the conflict pops up. If this is scheduled, then nobody can book a one-on-one meeting during the time that someone has booked this event. And then the meeting invite should be, typically this is whoever the name of the person that's joining. This and then you want to type bald. You want something descriptive when it shows up on their iCalendar or their Google Calendar, or their Yahoo Calendar, whatever calendar system they use. You want it descriptive enough that they can remember what it is that they have going on. It shows which team member, a custom location. You can use a website, a web link like a Zoom meeting, or you can use a physical location. You can change the color you want to use for this particular appointment. And then you're going to save this page. Again, these are all public facing. This can be sent as a one-to-one thing, but typically people don't actually see that link. Save this and it'll take us to availability. So initially I told it I was going to do this on Thursday afternoons, but say instead I want to do it not every single Thursday. I want to do it on the second Thursday and not on the first and second. So it's no longer weekly, it's a date specific. And I need to go in and go, the second Thursday is this date, and it's 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Okay. And submit that. And I can go to the next month. And I can say this I forget which Thursday I said it was. I said 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. So now I'm setting up I don't have a monthly recurring, but I can specify which dates each month I want to do that event. Meeting interval is so it's, in this case, because it's just one meeting, it's this meeting duration is 90 minutes. Minimum scheduling, say I want to have at least 2 days notice to know that somebody's going to show up there. And date range is how far in advance they can schedule. So and I can do months, so I can do like 3 months, so they can schedule themselves 3 months out. Seats per class, pre-buffer, post-buffer. That means if you put the pre-buffer and the post-buffer in, that will insert time on your calendar, so no one can book a one-to-one appointment like in the 30 minutes right before this while you're doing your last-minute preps, or during the 10 minutes afterwards, so you can go take your break, get your brain reset, and then be available for one-to-one appointments. So that's how you change from weekly recurring to specific dates. That's the key to this calendar for the application that we're talking about. On forms and payment, right now it's showing a default which just has first name, last name, email, phone, and notes. But any of your forms that you have in your system, you can use. So let's do this. Let's go to so say you decide that for this particular event, you need a form that tells them all of the specific pieces of, so it's a craft class. And so they need to bring with them their sewing machine and their cutting utensils and those kinds of things. You can go to your sites, forms builder, and you can build a form that you're going to have the default things. You're going to have first name, last name, email address, phone number, a consent, and then you're going to plus, and you're going to do a new type event of a new type of uh, custom field, and you're going to add a custom field, and it's going to be a checkbox next, and you're going to say craft items, and it's going to be in the associated with the contact with the person, but it's going to be in their additional info. And then you're going to say sewing machine, and you're going to say road, and you're going to say and you're going to save that, and it's going to create this new form, a new form element, which you can then drag into, just as if you could just drag it in just like this, and it gives them this ability to add this additional information for you to communicate information with them. I'm not going to save this because that's not going to be helpful to me. All right. You can, and then once you have that, you can use one of those forms instead of the default form. Okay, that was a long trail. You're going to make sure you have to have some, you have to have a consent form. It's legal compliance. You can use sticky contents if you want, or you can turn it off. If you turn it off, then they have to manually enter. And if you're entering information on behalf of people, so if people are sending you an email and then you're entering their information, you definitely want sticky contacts off. If they're doing it from their own computer, from their own phone, from their own on their own time, then sticky contacts on, it helps them out, makes their life a little bit easier. Instead of a confirmation message, which you can edit this, this contact method automatically adds the phone number from your company business profile, which is this page. But you could also just direct them to a website, to a landing page. Hey, thanks for showing up. Reminder, you're going to bring these things, and we look forward to seeing you, or whatever. I think those should be fairly self-explanatory. If you want to get paid in advance, you do have to have a payment processor. And then your description needs to be very clear to them what they're paying for. Okay. This acknowledgement email is a default email generated by the system, so you don't have control over the layout of that particular email. You can have that automatically go to the contact saying, hey, here's the appointment, the event that you just signed up for. If you don't turn these on, it won't send this default email. And instead, you can have a workflow that's triggered by someone registering on this particular calendar, and then you can customize that email. And we can talk about that. That's a separate task. If you allow the calendar to send updates, then if the event gets canceled or there's some other change, then their email, their calendar will actually get that notification and give that notification to them. Assign context is if you if the appointment if the contacts aren't assigned to you as the user, then you can use this as a chance to get that contact assigned specifically to you inside the CRM. For large teams, it matters. For most of the people that I work with, it doesn't matter. These buttons means that when the system sends them an email, it will give them the option for this cancellation link, which would allow them to release their seat so that other people can book their appointment. We're going to save that. And then on customizations, we're going to get a chance to see it again. You can do the calendar cover image. Again, you're looking at this logo size. You can change the colors to match your brand colors, and you can change the name of the text. So instead of schedule a meeting, maybe it makes more sense for book the class, schedule the add to my calendar, something like that. This is where you can toggle off that calendar title and the calendar description and the calendar details if you don't want the public version of the widget to show this. So here's what it would look like right now with all of those things turned on. So it has who's hosting it, the title of the event, and the description of the event, plus the details. Those things are what will be toggled off. And you'll see that there's 100 seats available in this month. And if I go to this next month, there's 100 seats available. And if I go to May, it's outside. Oh, I didn't add that third month. I only created 2, and so there's none available in May. The other thing that can be tricky as you're doing this is 3 calendars have to match. The organization has to have a broad enough calendar that this date time group of this event falls inside of it. So if you have your account level calendar saying we stop work at 5 p.m. and now you want to schedule an evening event, there's an availability that's going to be violated. The calendar itself, so the organization, the account has to have availability for this event to fall somewhere inside of. The calendar has to have availability, and we talked through how you set the specific dates availability in this date specific hours and turn off weekly available hours. And then also you as the individual. So if your calendar looks like mine, so here's mine, and I look at it and it says that I work Monday through Friday and I work different kinds of hours on each of those days, but I don't work Saturdays. And now you tell this calendar that you're going to do Saturday mornings in this event, it'll never show availability because I'm the one that's specified and I don't have availability on Saturday mornings. So you have to go into the team member that's assigned and add those Saturday morning hours. All right. The business profile hours. Have to match this. The business available hours has to match, has to have broad enough that the calendar fits somewhere inside of it. And the individual user that's tasked with doing this presentation has to be available during that time. And then the calendar date specific hours are the hours that someone can actually book for that particular type of event. I'm Keith. I'm the bald guy. I help small businesses with marketing, theory, tactics, techniques, training, and this technology.